Well, here I am. This is Sam. Welcome to my vlog. So today is the second day of my get out and walk. Ended up yesterday just around 5,000 steps with the rest of the day, all combined with my walk and stuff. So at least I kind of made my goal that I had set for myself yesterday. Today, a little rougher getting out to do this. I have a Charlie horse in my left calf from yesterday, and it's still there today. So, and then that tendon that attaches to the top of your foot to your shin feels like it's ill. It's achy. I don't know if I pulled it or just moaning or groaning, or if I'm being a little bitch. It's one of the three, right? So not feeling all that hot. Then speaking of hot, it's actually a lot warmer today than it was yesterday. So then to top everything else off, I forgot my earphones. So that was one of the nice things when I wasn't recording yesterday, is to listen to some music while I was walking. So it's a quiet day today for that. All that just to say that I'm going to probably end up using all that as an excuse to not walk as far as I did yesterday. But we'll see how it goes, see how I feel. So I mentioned yesterday how I used to be active when I was younger. And when I wasn't recording yesterday, I got to reminiscing about the various activities I used to do. And I thought, well, why not share? So when I was a youngin', I did a lot of water sports. So, you know, swimming, diving, sailing, rowing, beach combing. Lived on a boat, so kind of made sense for me to do these type of activities, right? And I was also in the Scouts and in a fairly active group, so we did a lot of hiking and camping. And of course, here and there, I played sports in the Little League games and stuff. I wasn't ever any good, but I was active, right? In my teenage years, I picked up tennis and did a lot of biking. And I'm not 100% sure what they're called now, but back then they were called centuries, which is basically a 100-mile bike marathon. And I think nowadays you see them as the people on their 10 and 12 speeds out there in their fancy shorts and their fancy shirts, acting like they're prepping for the Tour de France. Back in my day, well, you had some people like that. Most of us just wore, you know, I don't know, shorts and a t-shirt, but that was me. Anyway, I used to participate in those in the Washington State and up in British Columbia, Canada, when I could. And in between times, I did a lot of training. Matter of fact, try to remind myself here to put a map down below. I'll show you a map of a couple routes that I used to take for my own training purposes. One was I would grab my bike and ride from Birch Bay, Washington to Linden, Washington, where my mom worked, which is about 3 miles. 35 miles, I can't remember. We'll call it 30, we'll be on the safe side. But I would ride my bike to work and then learned how to driving her and my bike and myself back to Birch Bay. Pretty much a straight shot, so it wasn't like it was a lot of skill needed for that. I think I had maybe 3 or 4 stop signs in that 30 miles. That would be about it. Otherwise, pretty much just a straight shot. But I went into the military, and if you've ever been in the Army and went through basic training and all that stuff, you know how active that can be. And when I got out of the military and was in college, I picked up rock climbing and continued with biking as well. But I picked up rock climbing, and I was one of the, I don't know, I never did anything that high risk. Not when you consider the risk scales for what I'm about to talk about, but I was one of those that would free climb. So I wouldn't use safety gear or harness or any rope. I wouldn't rappel. I just do foot and hand holds. Now, again, I do feel like I need to say that, again, kind of low risk stuff there. So I was never in any real danger. But it gave me that adrenaline kick, as well as jumping out of airplanes when I was in the military. So, and you're probably seeing where all this is going. I was an adrenaline junkie when I was younger. And that didn't really stop. I mean, I'll throw another picture down below. I still have it in the garage. But, in my late 30s, early 40s, I picked up mountain biking. And would ride almost every weekend. And I had a lot of fun with that. And I wasn't, racing for the Red Bull races or anything extreme like that. But, for a big old guy coming down like Oak Mountain State Park Trail or something like that, I had it going on. Matter of fact, on a picture of that bike, that was a wedding present to me from my father-in-law. And I was so excited when I first got it because, as a bigger guy, you have to keep in mind that most mountain bikes are designed around a physical frame of you, the rider. So, weight comes into a factor. The type of riding that you do actually comes into a factor on the types of shocks you need, etc. Whether you are simply doing a cross-country jaunt or whether you're actually coming down the mountain. And I was the type that'd be coming down the mountain. So I needed a frame that would not only support me, but the shocks, especially the front shocks, to deal with that. Didn't have to worry about rear shocks as much because wasn't doing anything that extreme or balancing type acts, stuff like that. Anyway, my last ride that I took down the mountain, and this is not why I stopped riding, by the way. I stopped riding because the partner that I used to ride with was to end up moving, and I never could find another partner that was at my skill level, not just my skill level, but also my physical ability level. And I feel very strongly when it comes to mountain biking, not necessarily street riding, but actual mountain biking, you want to do this stuff with a partner or other people. If for the simple reason, if you get hurt, because if you mountain bike for any period of time, you are going to take some spills. Anyway, my spill that I took, and I finished the ride out, going down the mountain afterwards and stuff, but I was coming down, and there's a little creek. And when I'm talking little creek, I'm talking it's 3 feet from one embankment to the next, maybe 4. And crossing it is a single plank bridge. And so it's obviously designed as a mountain biker to go ahead and go over that 2x4. And honestly, I was never that point on with board riding like that, even if it was just a short. So what I went ahead and did, what I decided to do was right next to it, I saw a little lip going up. That would be for a jump to go jump over the creek. Now, my partner had just went over the board, and I was like, okay, you know what? I just got this brand new bike. I'm gonna do a jump. And so I had been practicing the previous couple of weeks with the bike on doing those jumps. And hopefully not to bore you, but the mechanics of doing a jump on mountain bike is your weight's already forward to begin with, but you kind of shift your weight even more forward and push down on those handlebars as you do so, and then you spring back up as you take the jump. And this just acts as physics, as a little more propulsion to get you up and higher so you can clear area with your back tire. And then when you land, you tend to want to land on the back tire and rock forward onto your front tire. Rear tire, front tire. Yeah, anyway. And I've got this, I'm in the zone. I had just finished doing another similar jump just a couple minutes prior. I'm ready, I'm in the zone. And I go down to take it, and I watch my front wheel sink into the mud, just a couple inches. And was like, oh shit. And did a head over heels, poof. I was only going probably about, I don't know, 5-7 miles an hour maybe. So it wasn't that big of a hit when I landed, but you know, I did land in the middle of the creek on my back with the bike on top of me. And I was like, shit. Needless to say, I was fine back on the bike. Finished my ride. I had a couple scrapes and bruises, nothing major. Finished my ride. I actually did get another jump in on the way down. But yeah, I was so, I want to say frustrated, I guess is the best word, because, you know, I've been practicing these jumps. I felt for sure I could make it. I was very confident. What I didn't know, though, was that lip, for whatever reason, it was all soft. It wasn't compact. And on the way down, everything that I had did a little slide with or a little hop with was all solid. So I had no expectation that this wouldn't be a solid jump. So anyway, that's the story of when at 40 plus years of age, yours truly did a over the handlebar flip at my size, because I'm about the same size now as I was then. Maybe a little bit more fit then, but not by much, I guess. Anyway, that's the story of when I flipped on a mountain bike. And by now I would have thrown a couple pictures up, so you would see my bike and see the type of areas when I was younger in the centuries and stuff. So all this I'm kind of get around to point out that on the one hand, why I'm glad and excited to be back out walking, getting more active, becoming more active after such a spell being sedentary and even more time not being active. There's a part of me that can't help but, and I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I am anyway, because, you know, I'm human, is comparing this activity to what I used to do. And just how kind of off-putting it feels sometimes. I had a similar experience about 5-6 years ago. I decided I needed to get back in shape, much like I am now, feeling now. And having always been around water and being near a gym that had a pool, I decided to get back into lap swimming. And one day I saw they had water aerobics, and I decided to check that out. And by the way, water aerobics is really fun. I would like to get back to it one day. I might have to wait until I'm retired and, you know, have the time to do so. But because it seems like now the timing to do water aerobics is always during times that I have to work. So there we are. But anyway, I remember when I first started going to water aerobics, how odd I felt, because this is low impact. And compared to what I used to do, you know, much less impact, much less adrenaline. But I got through it, and I guess I'll get through it this time too. But that's one of the things I'm struggling with mentally is, you know, here I am. I'm not even looking how many steps I've made so far, but I am already heading back home. But this walk, I'm sitting here hot and sweaty already, feeling miserable. Even just holding this phone up, as you see, I'm going from hand to hand because, you know, shoulders are achy. It's hell getting older. But, you know, I will clap myself on the back for being out on a second day. Despite how tired I am, despite how I feel, that I'm at least out. So I'm gonna let myself off the hook a little bit, but also recognize that I'm struggling, and you know, it's okay. Sometimes we struggle. Simple as that. Anyway, I'll hit back when I get back to the house, and let you know how many steps I've made and all that. Just as an FYI, I've been kind of getting in this whole YouTube thing and streaming thing. So down in the doobly-doo down below, the description I think it's called, you'll find some links to a couple of my other channels. One of them is Bound Out Gaming, and on that one I stream games that I play, and I stream actually on Twitch obviously, and then I just transfer it straight over to YouTube. And when I'm on Twitch, I'm doing it for the purpose to eventually send it to YouTube. So don't have any live audience or anything like that. But right now I'm playing Stellaris, City Skylines, Port Royale 4, and my Xbox has been going through some crap, so but soon I'm getting a new Xbox and we'll be back to playing Necromunda, which is an awesome tactics game. Anyway, so if gaming's your thing too, please feel free to follow the link down below. The other channel I do is Sam's Tarot, and for those who don't know, I'm big into tarot and other esoteric stuff, but the tarot I've been doing 30 plus years. So I have a channel where I show off my decks and talk about topics of relevance to the tarot, and that link will be down below as well if that's of any interest to you. Anyway, I'll do for now, and check back here in a little bit when I record my steps. Talk to you soon. Bye. All right, I am back home, and hot, sweaty, sweat stinging my eyes. I didn't mean for this video to be so whiny and complaining, but well, there you are. I'll post the screenshot down below. It looks like I did 3,083 steps, so not as well as I did yesterday, but better than none. And like I said, despite how I'm feeling today, I do feel good that I got out for the second day and did it. So yeah, I'll just keep at it and back at it again tomorrow. If you've watched this far, thanks for doing so, and have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.